All right, so in finding that comfortable seat, use any support that you need, and then just let your body start to move a little bit. That kind of like in the same fashion as when you move when you first get out of bed, just really natural. And those stretches when you get out of bed at first are just like, that's sometimes some of the best stretches ever for some reason or another. All right, and then start to come into your breath, whether you're still moving or whether you found a little bit of stillness. And start to bring more and more attention into your breath. And at first, maybe you just feel the breath coming in and out through your nose. So you just kind of really focus your attention on the breath in and out through your nose. And that tends to really calm things down a lot. It tends to make the breath, quieter and smoother. Just feeling as the air passes in and out through the inside of your nostrils. And then maybe feeling the breath just opening and closing your ribs. So expanding and then softening the ribs and the chest area. Just a really nice lifting and lowering. And then as you find a nice rhythm, see if you can start to feel your body relax. And as your body relaxes, you might feel your body get a little bit heavier. The sensation of letting go. It's kind of like a simultaneous feeling of getting heavier, but then also feeling lighter. And just allowing yourself to be more supported by the earth. Just kind of surrendering some effort. And feeling kind of the power from the support that we get when we connect with the floor, the ground, aka the earth. Good. And then staying with your breath. Just kind of acknowledging the wonder of our bodies. And let's just work with our bodies. Work with our bodies, instead of like controlling our bodies. Since there's just so much that we don't know about our own bodies, even the top scientists, it might be a little more beneficial to work with our bodies from a place of curiosity, from a place of humility. Kind of like from the angle of what can we learn from our bodies instead of what can we do to our bodies. And so breathing with a sense of wonder and even just feeling really grateful for this breath right now. Definitely, I feel grateful that the windows are open and the sky, is more clear and the air is cooler. All right, great. Then with your next inhale, let's reach the arms all the way up overhead. Press down into your sit bones and then stretch up. And as you exhale, take the hands in prayer in front of your heart. And then release the hands down. And as you inhale, take the arms back up. So again, heaviness into your seat and then lifting up through the chest, the fingers. And as you exhale, hands through prayer. And then release the hands down. Last time, inhale, reach up. And as you exhale, hands to prayer in front of your heart. And soften the shoulders, softly bow the head forward. And now let's take a moment and just connect with your intention for being here today, your intention for practicing, so the why. And then just bringing something into your mind that you'd like to be mindful of throughout practice, something that you'd like to remember and come back to. All right, great. And then when you're ready, release the hands and lift the head. And let's come into tabletop position. All right, so all fours. And then at first, just let your body move. So just in the same way that we did when we first sat down, just moving spontaneously, freely. Just some really nice and natural movements as you stay with your breath. And just checking it out, just seeing what the body's like today. And that is one interesting thing. I mean, like, if we're able to drop expectations, is how much the body changes every day. It's really, really interesting. I mean, just like the tightness, the really obvious stuff, but then like our energy levels. Some days we feel so strong, it's like almost superhuman, and then other days we're just feeling like we have no energy at all. So dropping expectations, those changes could be super interesting. All right, great. And then when you're ready, let's start to move through some cat-cows. So inhale, drop the spine, gently arch the back, and keep the arms nice and strong, pushing into the floor. And then as you exhale, round the back, and really push into the floor, stretch out the upper back. And as you inhale into cow, kind of pull the shoulders back so you can stretch the chest forward. And then exhale into a cat. Alright, good. And then keep going with your own pace. Try to have the breath be nice and slow and smooth. And we'll do this for a little bit longer than we normally do. Just because this is such a nice little vinyasa that to create a nice flow in. There you go, nice. And then just keep the fingers nice and spread. Keep a nice connection with the base of your index finger. And then just create a nice fluid movement throughout the spine. And possibly really paying attention to how the motion moves from the base of the spine, initiated by the tilt of the pelvis, and then just rolls up the spine. The very last thing to move is the neck, just at your comfort. Alright, great, nice job. Stay with it. A few more. Okay, nice job. And then go ahead and try one more cat. And then after that, just inhale to a neutral spine. Now let's bring the knees together and the feet together, and let's sit back on the heels. And then just kind of shake the wrists out. And let's interlace the fingers, and then touch the forearms together. And let's do just a nice figure eight with the wrists. So nice smooth figure eight. And I like to keep my forearms together, so my forearms kind of slide up and down against each other. Just creating a nice circular flow in the wrists. And then switch direction. A nice smooth breath, maybe hearing a bunch of like little pops and crackles. That sometimes it sounds like a little fireplace. Okay, and then release. Shake it out. And then let's come into downward facing dog. Forgot my clock. Alright, so then in down dog. Again, same thing. Just feel into it. Move into it if it feels nice. Really nice full breaths. There you go, guys. As you move, as you feel, just be really connected with the floor. So really feel your hands, as much surface area as you can on the hands, touching the floor. Nice. And then maybe you can even spread the toes. And then, just pressing the feet down, seeing how that helps. That's to lift the hips. There you go, nice. And then, like, keeping the arms nice and long and nice and strong. See if you can feel like you're decreasing the crease in your wrists. So you're like really pressing down through the base knuckles of your fingers. Nice. And then you're pressing your chest towards your thighs just really gently. And then you're spinning the elbows inward, creating space between the shoulder blades, and tucking the chin, a little space behind the neck. And then just sensing one nice straight line from your fingers all the way up through your shoulders, all the way up through the spine, and then going right up through the angle of your tailbone. Just one nice straight line. Alright, great. Let's take one more deep breath. Alright, then take a nice deep breath in, lift up through the hips. And as you exhale, bend the knees, and then let's walk up to the hands. So take nice and slow steps, nice and small steps. And then once you're there, inhale to a flat back. And as you exhale, fold. Alright, cool. And let's hold this for a few breaths. So take the feet apart as wide as you want to. And then try to bend the knees at first. Alright, so bend the knees, and just so the back can be really comfortable, the hamstrings are comfortable. You can find the weight even in your feet. And then if you feel like it, take the fingers around the elbows. And then just let the body sway from side to side. If it feels good, you can kind of bounce also. And then really deep breaths. And just really gently waking up the body. Yeah, get soft in the face. Try and really let go of the back of the neck. Really let those muscles relax. There you go, nice. One more breath. Okay, and then go ahead and release the hands and bend the knees. Push into the feet, tuck the tailbone, and as you inhale, round all the way up to standing. Keep the arms heavy, keep the head nice and heavy. And then take the arms all the way up. Get a nice long stretch, maybe look up. And as you exhale, hands through prayer, and then hands down to the floor, and let's fold. And inhale to a flat back. And as you exhale, let's step back to plank pose. Alright, now hold plank for just a couple breaths. Alright, so really push into the floor, right, with your hands and your feet. Right, squeeze the glutes, and then just try and feel the whole front side of your body nice and strong. For me at first, it really helps just to like totally relax my neck. Just let my neck kind of dangle. And then I can really focus on the big muscles like my chest, my core, my quads, my glutes. Go nice, and then maybe lengthening the neck a little bit, just taking the gaze straight down. Nice, but keeping the face nice and relaxed, the jaw nice and relaxed. And let's take one more nice deep breath in. And then as you exhale, set the knees down and let's lower all the way down to our bellies. And untuck the toes. And with an inhale, let's lift up to a cobra. Lift the chest off the floor just a little bit. And as you exhale, lower down, tap the forehead. Good, and then squeeze the feet into the floor, squeeze the pelvis into the floor, squeeze the elbows in. And as you inhale, lift up to another cobra. Pull the hands back, and then you can push into the hands, lift up a little bit. And as you exhale, lower down. With the forehead tap. And inhale, lift up to a cobra. And like you're really stretching the spine forward and then lifting. Relax the shoulders. And as you exhale, lower down. Alright, cool. And last one. Inhale, lift up to a cobra. And then let's hold this one for a few breaths. They're usually never a very good surprise there. You're like, oh shoot. And then just lower down, any little bit that you need to be able to sustain it. Nice, but just energizing the back, finding what it feels like to have a really even back bend. Alright, one more nice big breath in. And as you exhale, nice and slow, lower yourself down. And let's press back through child's pose. Alright, cool. Then in child's pose, let's take a few breaths here. Let the back stretch out. If you want, you can rock from side to side. Good, deep breaths. Alright, great. And then when you're ready, let's come back up to down dog. Alright, great. Then in down dog, 3 deep breaths. And then just noticing how the body is shifting, how the body is changing. Notice how the body is reacting to what you're doing. Alright, great. Then one more nice deep breath in. Lift up the hips. Press the heels down, deepen the stretch. And as you exhale, bend the knees and walk or step up to your hands. And once you're there, inhale, come to a flat back. And as you exhale, fold. Okay, now let's take the feet apart about hips distance, and then put a nice bend in your knees, and then with your peace fingers, let's hook the big toes. So the fingers will slide in between the big toe and the second toe. All right, and then as you inhale, lengthen the spine. And as you exhale, pull yourself into the fold. All right, great. So nice deep breaths. All right, so try and have the weight nice and even between the roots of the toes and the heels. And if it feels nice, just push into the feet, lift the hips. And it feels nice to kind of tear the heels away from each other, just creating space in the sit bones and the lower back. Good. And then if you're bending your elbows, let the elbows bow out, and then pull the shoulders away from the ears. And then one more full breath. Let the neck totally relax. All right, great. Then with your next inhale, let's come to a flat back, lengthen the spine. And as you exhale, release the grip and fold. All right, press into the feet. As you inhale, lead with the arms, come all the way up to standing with a flat back. And as you exhale, hands through prayer, hands down to the floor, and fold. Good. Inhale to a flat back. And as you exhale, fold. Okay, now from here, let's take the feet together, and then put a nice bend in your knees, and then shift the weight into your left foot, and start to lift up the right leg, back and up. All right, so standing splits. So basically just like a single leg forward fold. All right, so at first, use your hands as much as you need to. Try to relax the neck. So the upper body is kind of like in a forward fold vibe, so nice and relaxed. And the left leg is stronger, obviously. And then the right leg is just extending, right, just lengthening, and then lifting to whatever degree feels reasonable for you. All right, great. Let's take one more deep, full breath. All right, great. Then nice and slowly start to bend the right knee, step the right foot right back down next to your left foot. And then inhale, let's come to a flat back. And as you exhale, fold. And let's bend the knees, shift the weight into the right foot, and then lift your right leg up and back. All right, good. So nice and slow. All right, see if you can really start to, feel the energy in the right leg. So from the foot, right, toes spreading, really grounding into the floor. And then all those really strong right hip muscles, right, the right glute muscles. Right, feeling your core, and then relaxing your back, relaxing the face. There you go, nice. And then just like there's some kind of really gentle magnetic pull, just stretching your left leg, and like a little breeze, just lifting your left leg up a little bit higher. All right, one more breath. All right, great. And then bend the left knee softly, step the left foot back down next to your right foot. And then inhale, come to a flat back. And as you exhale, fold. And let's step the right leg to the back of the mat into a runner's lunge. And then we'll set the right knee down to the floor. All right, and let's put the hands on the left thigh, and we'll work our way up into a low lunge. All right, good. So hands on the thigh, right, just like a really supported low lunge. So find your feet first. So find the floor, kind of like you're like squeezing or gripping the floor with your feet. All right, great. And then as you squeeze with the feet, and see if that can help to just kind of lengthen your lower back. And then pushing into your left thigh, just feeling your chest lift up a little bit, just kind of like a sense of that you're feeling very proud of yourself. And then if you want to, take the arms all the way up. And go nice and relax the shoulders. And then maybe find a little bit of a back bend here. Right, so stretching up. And then maybe just feeling that really even back bend. It's supported by your connection with the earth. Let's take one more full breath. All right, great. And then with an inhale, look forward and stretch straight up. And as you exhale, let's take the hands to prayer. And let's take a prayer twist over to the left. So right elbow just outside of the left thigh. All right, go good. And then press into your thigh so you lift the chest so your sternum is moving towards your prayer. All right, cool. And if that doesn't feel good, then you can also just take your left hand onto your left hip and then straighten your right arm. And so it's like a really open twist. But if your hands can be in prayer without collapsing your chest, then definitely have at it. All right, so try to relax the shoulders, lengthen the back of the neck. Good, and keep the legs nice and strong, so the legs really hugging. And let's take 2 deep breaths. Good, really feel the breath in the twist. There's a really stark contrast between the inhale and the exhale. And one more breath. Alright, then like in slow motion, take the gaze down to your left foot, release the hands down to the floor. Alright, great. And let's take the left hand to the inside of your left foot, and let's lower down into a lizard lunge. Right, so bend the elbows, lower down as much as it feels good. If it feels good, you can come all the way down to your elbows and forearms. Some days it doesn't feel good to do that right away. Okay, and then feel free to slide your right leg back further. And then maybe you just kind of want to rock the body from side to side, rock the hips from side to side. See how that feels. Okay, and then deep breaths. Alright, great. And then from here, see if you can roll onto the outside of your left foot. So the sole of your left foot kind of opens up and your left knee just moves out to the side. And cool. And then leaning onto the right forearm or the right hand, let's take the left hand to your sacrum and then just kind of open up to the left. It's like a little open twist. And lean the left shoulder back. Nice. And then just let the hips sink down towards the floor, and then grounding your right arm, lift the chest up and let your chest open. Good. If you want a little more, bend the right knee and then reach back with your left hand and grab the right foot. Alright, great. And then 2 breaths. Just really try and soften into this pose. And find the stillness and then let the softness just come naturally. Alright, great. If you have your foot, really carefully let go, slow motion, and then take your left hand back down to the floor, walk back up onto your hands, left foot back down, and then bring the left foot back into the middle of your hands. And then let's pull back into half split. Cool, so straighten your left knee, pull the hips back, flex the left toes up. Right, cool, and then maybe slide the left heel forward a little bit. Maybe walk the hands forward just a little bit. Alright, great. And see if you can feel the sensation of like kind of the making space right in your knee joint. So the left heel is grounding, and then your left hip is pulling back. And so you're kind of like really gently tractioning the knee joint without locking the knee out. All right, great, and then just feel it. Let's take 2 breaths. All right, great, and then let's rebend the left knee, plant the left foot. All right, and then we'll tuck the right toes, lift the right knee, come back into a runner's lunge. Okay, cool. Now from here, we're going to do like a really strong transition into pigeon pose. All right, so ground your hands as much as you can. So more and more weight goes into your palms, less and less weight is in your left foot. And then see if you can lift your left foot off the floor and bring your left foot towards your right armpit. All right, cool. So really strong arms, really strong right leg. Try and lift your left knee towards your left armpit, left foot towards the right armpit. So really strong core. Good. Take an inhale. And then as you exhale, just set down your left leg like pigeon pose. Set down the right knee, untuck the toes. All right, and then come up onto your fingertips and see if you can square the hips. So just spin the right thigh down towards the floor so your left hip lifts. And then take one more big breath in. Lift the chest, little bit of a back bend. And as you exhale, let's fold forward. All right, great. So maybe onto elbows and forearms. Maybe you just lay down and stretch the arms all the way out. All right, great. So let's stay here for 3 deep breaths, and I'm just going to let you just focus entirely on those 3 breaths. Okay, very nice. All right, nice and easily, walk back up onto your hands, plant the palms, tuck the right toes, lift the right knee, and let's step back to plank pose. All right, cool. So in plank, take a nice big breath in, try and lift the chest away from the floor. And as you exhale, lower all the way down to your belly. And as you inhale, lift up to a cobra. And exhale, lower all the way down. Good. And then reach the arms back by your feet. Raise the arms off the floor. And then raise the legs off the floor. Good. So just raise everything off the floor. Maybe just a little bit at first. So not super high right away. And then see if you could just lengthen everything. It's like there's that magnetic pull, pulling all of your limbs and your head all out in opposite directions, really stretching, creating space. And then, if you want to, raise the arms a little bit higher, raise the chest a little bit higher, raise the legs a little bit higher. Good. And then one more nice deep breath. Take a full breath in. And as you exhale, hands back to cobra, rest the legs down to the floor. And then inhale to one more cobra. Nice full deep breath. And as you exhale, lower down. And let's press back through child's pose. And then when you're ready, up to down dog. Alright, great. And let's take 5 deep breaths here. And so either in down dog or in child's pose. Wherever feels like a better place to be, wherever feels like you can really just get into your breath. So just let the breath be the primary focus. And then just see what the body, shows you when you just have the mind concerned with the breath. And 3 more breaths. Alright, nice job. Take one more big breath in. Lift up through the hips. And as you exhale, bend the knees and walk or step up to your hands. And inhale, come to a flat back. Really stretch the spine. And as you exhale, fold. Alright, let's take the feet apart about hips distance or shoulders distance. Now let's bend the knees a lot. And then slide the hands right underneath the fronts of your feet. And so you're standing on your hands, so the palms are meeting the soles of your feet. So you can have the roots of your toes around the heart of your palms, and the toes around the wrist crease. Alright, great. And then relax the neck, shake the neck out. If it feels good, press down into your heels, and then lift the hips up. Go nice. You can lift the shoulders up away from the ears. The ears and the shoulders don't get along, so we're always trying to separate them. There you go, nice. And then just enjoy this really, really great wrist release. And let's take 2 deep breaths. Alright, nice job. Go ahead and bend the knees and release the hands. And just gently, palms on the floor. Alright, and then inhale, come to a flat back, strong legs. Good. Pull the chest forward. And as you exhale, fold. And let's step the left leg to the back of the mat. A nice big step. And then set your left knee down to the floor. And let's come up into a low lunge, nice and easy. Alright, so possibly starting with your hands right on the right thigh. Good. And then staying with your breath and grounding your feet. And so again, that sensation of kind of like squeezing or gripping the floor with your feet and your legs. So really hugging the floor. Good. And then relax the shoulders. And then just lifting the chest, feeling that essence of a really even and easy back bend start to arise. And then if you want to, take the arms all the way up. You're gonna turn the palms to face each other, pull the shoulders down the back, and then maybe start to just really easily lift the gaze, and maybe finding a little bit of a back bend. Alright, so the back bend and the sinking of the hips kind of happens together. Good. Deep breaths. Let's take one more deep breath. Alright, cool. And then as you inhale, look straight ahead, reach straight up. And as you exhale, hands to prayer. And let's take a prayer twist to the right. And so left elbow just outside your right thigh. And then push into your thigh so you're lifting your chest. So try and always keep space in the chest, especially in a twist. And again, if you want to, you can take the right hand to your right hip, straighten your left arm, and then just same thing basically, pressing into your right thigh. Feeling a really deep twist here. Go get the leg squeezing the earth. Shoulders relaxed, neck nice and long. And then just take it all to your breath. Yeah, the inhale is really, really kind of like creating space, just kind of pushing its way, creating space. And then the exhale, just see if the body naturally evolves into the twist. Let's take one more full breath. Alright, nice job. So nice and slow. Take the gaze down to your right foot. Take the hands down to the floor. And let's take the right hand to the inside of the right foot. Alright, good. And then just make any adjustments and we'll come into our lizard lunge. And so again, maybe you stay in your palms. Like for me today, that just feels good. Usually I go down to my elbows, but today feels nice just to stay on my palms. And then just rock the hips from side to side. Yeah, so whatever's feeling good for you, whatever condition your body's in today, alright, just work with that. And then deep breaths. Alright, great. And then from here, see if you can roll onto the outside of the right foot. So the right knee just opens up. And then lean onto your left forearm or palm. Take the right hand to your sacrum. And then just roll the right shoulder open. Start to get a nice little open twist here. Alright, cool. So really ground your left arm. Alright, so you're creating space in your armpit. And then lifting the chest, twisting open. If you want to, bend your left knee and reach back. Take hold of your foot. There you go, nice. And then just really soften into this. Right, really let the body open in a really easeful way. 2 deep breaths. Alright, cool. And then really slowly release your left foot. And then take both hands back to the floor. Bring the right foot right back into the center of your hands. And then we'll pull back into half splits. Alright, cool. So just straightening the right knee. It doesn't need to be straight, but just straightening it. If you want to, slide the heel forward, walk the hands forward. Yeah, then soften the shoulders, soften the neck. Good. Yeah. And then again, just seeing if that feels good to ground the right heel and then stretch the right hip back. So just really gently letting the knee joint breathe a little bit. Okay, let's take 2 deep breaths. Alright guys, and remember, this breath is always the absolute best breath. Just appreciating every breath. Alright, and then let's rebend the right knee, plant the right foot. And then tuck the left toes, lift the left knee. So back into a runner's lunge. Alright, and then we'll do that awesome transition into pigeon pose. Alright, so start to really ground the palms. So pressing so much into the palms. You feel your core, feel your left leg, feel your the right foot start to float off of the floor. And the right foot just comes right up towards your left armpit. And the right knee comes up towards the right armpit. There you go, good. Relax the neck. Lift the right foot up a little bit higher. Lift the right knee up a little bit higher. Take one inhale, and then exhale slowly. Just set the right leg down, and then set the left knee down, untuck the toes, and let's come onto the fingertips, and then just square the hips. So left thigh down, right hip up, pulls back a little bit. Take a nice big breath in, and as you exhale, fold forward. Alright, great. So just find a spot that feels good for you on this side. Yeah, not trying to, rush getting more flexible. Not trying to rush the releasing tension out of the body, but just slowly and surely. Good, deep breaths. Alright, great, and then nice and slowly, let's walk back up onto the hands, and then lean onto the right hip, bring your left leg out in front, and then bring both legs out in front, and just let the legs shake out. Pat the knees to the floor, roll the thighs in and out. Alright, and let's open the legs as wide as you comfortably can. Do a wide-legged forward fold. Alright, cool. So try and flex your feet. And then I like to just kind of bend a knee and lean over to that side. And just kind of warm up like that. So if that feels good for you, see if you can try that. This also gives you a sense, of how your legs are being grounded. So the heels are kind of squeezing into the floor. Alright, and then back to the center. Alright, so feet flexed. The thighs rolling out. See if you can ground in through the heels, ground in through your sitting bones, so you're sitting up nice and tall. And then take a nice big breath in. And as you exhale, if you feel like it, you can start to hinge from the waist and fold forward. If that is feeling impossible for you, then just take the hands behind you and just keep the chest nice and lifted. That's totally fine too. That's how I was when I first started out. This pose was like torture. But the poses that feel like torture are actually the ones that have the greatest opportunity for you. So, the poses that don't come to you naturally, see if you can have an extra special interest in those ones. Because, once they open up to you, that they'll definitely become your favorite. I can almost guarantee that. Alright, let's take 2 more deep breaths. Alright, great. And then from here, let's just walk the hands over to the left foot. Cool. And then keep the left hand right on the floor inside of your left leg. And then reach your right arm up and out to the right, so opening the chest. Very nice. You can kind of press the back of your left hand into your leg to help with the twist. So just really open up. Right, keep the legs grounded. And then take an inhale here. And then as you exhale, reach your right arm over the right ear. And let's get a nice side stretch. Alright, so shoulders relaxed. Yeah, the chest just turning open towards the ceiling. Good. And then a really nice long line from your left hip grounding into the floor all the way up through your left fingertips. Good, nice deep breath. Alright, great. And then with an inhale, take the left arm all the way up and then come straight up, arms out like a T. And then as you exhale, take the hands out in front and just fold forward. And let's walk over to the right foot. Alright, good. So right hand planted inside the right foot. And then take the left arm all the way up and out. A nice twist. Maybe pressing the right hand into your right foot. Alright, good. Take a nice big breath in. And as you exhale, reach the left arm over your left ear. Alright, nice. So this is actually like a really deep side stretch for me at least. Alright, so try and keep the hips grounded. Try and keep your core engaged. And then if it feels nice, just keep opening the chest up towards the ceiling. And let's take 2 deep breaths. I really feel how the inhale can help deepen the stretch. Alright, great. Then with your next breath in, reach the right arm all the way up. Out to the right, come all the way straight up, arm straight out. And as you exhale, fold forward just one more time, just to neutralize the spine, relax the head. And then as you inhale, come all the way back up. Very nice. And then bend the knees, bring the legs together. Wrap the arms around, rest the forehead on your knees. Nice deep breath, relax the shoulders, relax the neck and the face. Alright, great. And then when you're ready, let's come all the way onto our backs. Alright, once you're on your back, squeeze the knees into the chest. Give a couple rocks from side to side. And roll out the back. Give the back a well-deserved little massage. And relax the neck. Alright, great. And then let's put the feet down to the floor. We'll do one bridge lift. So feet about hips distance, arms alongside the body, toes pointing straight ahead. And then with an inhale, press into the feet, lift the hips up, just peel the back off the floor. Alright, great. Then once the hips are lifted, go ahead and walk the shoulder blades under the back a little bit more. Maybe grab the sides of your yoga mat, pull the mat apart, or interlace the hands under your body. Good, nice. And then just really feel the support and strength of your arms and upper back to lift the chest, increase your breath capacity. So really breathe into your heart, your chest area. Good. Ground the feet, soften the neck, and let's take 2 deep full breaths. Alright, great. Carefully release the arms and then take the arms overhead. Take a nice big breath in and lift the heels and then roll the back down nice and easy. Give a nice little massage on the way down. Alright, great. Then once you're all the way down, bring the knees into the chest. Spread the arms out like a T and then let the legs fall to either side and take a supine twist. Alright, good. Just a couple breaths here. Feel the inflation and deflation of the breath. On the deflation, feel a nice settling. Alright, great. And then inhale. Let's come through the center. And as you exhale, all the way over to the other side. Good. Then start with a nice big breath in. Just feel the body. And then as you exhale, feel the body relax, get nice and heavy. Just let gravity really kind of settle you into the twist. Alright, then with an inhale, let's come back to the center. And squeeze the knees into the chest. Bring the forehead towards the knees. And then squeeze into a tight little ball. Alright, squeeze everything in. Hands, face, core, feet. Take a nice big breath in. And as you exhale, release. Alright, spread out arms and legs. Come to a nice and open resting position. So just let the body kind of really flop open. Good, and then once you're there, just over the next few minutes, just observe the body, let go and let go and let go. As we let go of any, need to do anything within our minds. So just simply prioritizing this moment here, and just paying attention to the wonder and the life inside the body, and just seeing what we can notice. Okay, nice and easily, just start to deepen your breath. So really gently, internally, start to create a little bit more movement in the body. And maybe, sensing your heart beating. And then really easily starting to move the fingers and move the toes. And moving the jaw. And turning the head from side to side. Wrists and ankles. And elbows, knees. And then if you want to, take the arms overhead. Make your body stretch nice and long. Take a deep breath in. And then relax. Step the feet in. Bring the knees in. And let's roll over to the right side. And let the head rest on the right arm like a pillow. Take a moment here, take a breath, let the body relax. And then as you're ready, let's come all the way up into a comfortable seat. Alright, and a moment here. Just a moment to observe the body back in the place we started. And just notice how it shifted. Notice how the body is shifted physically, energetically. Notice how the breath has shifted. And then notice how your state of mind maybe has shifted. As we notice these shifts, as we notice these changes, then we'll experience more of these positive changes. And then one last breath. Inhale, take the arms all the way up. And as you exhale, take the hands to prayer in front of your heart. And softly bow the head forward. And take a moment. Please thank yourself for your practice. Thank yourself for your effort, for your attention. And please thank your bodies for its amazing wonder, all it allows you to do. And I thank each of you too very much. Hope you have a great rest of your day and a great rest of your week. Namaste.